complete Rooftop Gaps challenge in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater is a bit of a tricky one. Which rooftop gaps do you need to clear, and how do you even get up to the rooftops in the first place? The answers aren't obvious, especially when they involve flinging yourself through buildings and windows. Luckily, we have all the answers, so follow our guide and you'll be leaping gracefully over the rooftop gaps like the birdman himself. It's worth noting before we start that the rooftop gaps are quite wide, and you're not going to clear them unless you can pull off big jumps. If you're having issues, you can head to the stats tab of the SKATER menu and respec your character for greater air, hang time and speed, which should help you make the distance while clearing the gaps. Remember to release the ollie button as late as possible when you leave the ramp, and if you're able to fill your special meter first, that could give you some extra help. Where to find the gaps? From the start of the level, turn right and then go up the hill and right again, where you'll see a truck parked in the corner. Ride up its deck and ollie through the window ahead, then follow the corridor around and up onto the rooftops. Downtown Rooftop Gap 1. The first gap is on your left as you enter the rooftops by the greenhouse. Push the barrier out of the way and smash a route through the greenhouse windows. You'll need to get enough height on your jump to sail through the upper window of the building opposite, where you'll land in a lovely room full of toilet rolls. There's no time to hang around though, as there's 2 more gaps to hit, so drop down to the street below and head straight back up to the rooftops again via the same route as before. Downtown Rooftop Gap 2. There's a bowl straight ahead of you when you arrive on the rooftops, so enter that and look for a ramp in the middle to the left side as you go in, which has a large arrow painted on it. You can use the bowl to fill your special meter and get a decent run up at this ramp and the next rooftop gap. You need to clear the big gap and land on the roof of the next building, so make sure you're releasing that ollie button at the last second. If you're running short on time by this point, you can grind the rails around the outside of the bowl ahead to hit the last gap. Downtown Rooftop Gap 3. The third and final rooftop gap is just to the right of where you landed on this rooftop, overlooking the plaza below. There's a decent distance for a run-up, and as we mentioned before, you can also grind the rails leading to the ramp for an extra push if needed. This is the trickiest of the rooftop gaps, as in order for it to register, you have to make the jump and land in a grind on the rail below, leading down to the plaza. Hit the ground instead and the gap won't count, and when time is short, it's difficult to get back up to the rooftop for another attempt. If this jump in particular is causing you issues, but you're confident at completing the first one, you can switch the order around to start with the second and third gaps, then only go back for the first one if you clear the other 2 successfully. Hit all 3 in one session, and you can tick the tricky Downtown Rooftop Gaps challenge off your list. Feel free to give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful. If I had a thumbs up for every time I said the word gaps just now, we'd be doing pretty well. Subscribe to Games Radar for all your gaming guides, reviews and previews, and thanks for watching.